Good morning, Debashish. Thank you for joining in today's interview. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Thank you. So, Debashish, before we proceed, can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Devashish Debrod, and as far as my education is concerned, I am a business management graduate, and after that, I have completed my MBA. And as far as my work is concerned, I'm working with Gentrack for last 11 years, and in these 11 years, I worked with different clients, and I'm work with CPG client like consumer pharma and goods clients, and basically the pharma clients mainly working for reportings, KPI reportings, and other data related works like dashboard making and other things. So because last 4 years, I'm working with data analytics team of one of the major giant in FMCG client, like let's say Kraft and Heinz. So in this, we're working with the client to understand their requirement and understand the details of working, whatever they want to convey us, like dashboarding, or because we're working with the client regularly, so that they can give us the feedback that what are the things we need to do in our dashboard, and what to make it very transparent way, so that they can understand the details, and they can take decision accordingly. So uh, because in this context, we regularly touch with the our counterpart, like Crown Heinz, the shared service center in Poland. So in this, we're working with them for their guidance, and everything, whatever they provide us the input. Accordingly, we make our dashboard, or make our KPI reportings, SLA reportings accordingly. So in this working, I'm working with the Craft and Heinz utility project. So in this project, this is just started right now. So we're working for you can say last two weeks. So in this 2 weeks, we are engaged them, like how we can proceed with this project and how the dashboard look like. So we are in the touch with them, so that they can. We also understand that these need to be taken time, because whatever their project and whatever their ongoing project, this need to be taken care by the our team, so that we can understand that what are things needed for us to look into it, and so that we can proceed further. So this thing from my side.
Okay, great. So, since you mentioned that right now you are in a phase of interacting with the client, getting the requirements, right?
Yeah.
So, can you explain the flow of work or the flow of project within your organization? How you take the requirements, how the work is distributed between the team members? How many members are there who's working on the Tableau part? Is there any data modeling team? Is there any kind of dependency that you have with any other team? Can you explain the flow?
Okay. So in this team, we have you can say 5 to 6 member team who are doing different things like Power Apps and Tableau prep. So these are things they are doing. So I have joined as a Tableau developer. So I am making that dashboard. Whatever I have in my part is dashboard making. So in this, they just send an email to us that these are the requirements, and these are the project requirements that we need to convey to our team, so that they can understand the details, because they have sent a PPT to us to understand the ongoing project, what is going on in their site, and so that we can understand, and we can you can say mm, uh, you can take time, and we can discuss in our teammates, so that we can align with them, so that there is no issue when you go to any call or something like that, so that we can understand the process, and we can uh, give if if you have any question or something like that, we can uh, take it to their floor, and so that they can answer our doubts and everything whatever we have in this project. So accordingly, we are making some, you can say, notes on this. So like you can say the question, we're ready for some basic questions, so that when we interact with them, so that we can be ready on this, that what are the things we have confused on this, and what are the things we need to do in this project, and what is the vision to complete this project within this timeline, whatever the timeline have suggested them. So accordingly, we have last week we have do the same thing, because blueprint and wireframe still not make it, because the thing is that we are still in discussion that the access part, because we are required for some access from craft and Heinz. So accordingly, they will give us the access, like what are the things we needed from them. So like Tableau desktop and other Tableau prep and other things. And because in this discussion, they told us that in their side, they use Power Apps. So we don't have Power Apps, you can say in our team, we don't have Power App, you can say resource. So that's why we are taking another team help, so that they can help us in Power App, how it is created, and what is the team limitation and advantages in this, so that we can align with the Tableau project. Because I just know that in Tableau it is not possible to connect with Power App, because it is a Microsoft can say software or application. Because the thing is that in Friday we have suggested that can you connect with API, because we need some API guy who can help us to connect the data to Tableau in Power App, so that we can create dashboard or something like that. So these are been still in discussion. Maybe in this week we will discuss the this issue also, that how we can connect with Power App with Tableau prep or Tableau desktop, so that there is easily we can make dashboard for them.
So let's not talk about this project, the current project, because it's
Yeah.
still in the preliminary phase.
Yeah.
Talk about earlier projects. How means the answer is not very clear that how you are getting the requirement. You mentioned that you get the requirement over email.
Yeah.
So suppose if you have a blocker,
Mm.
then how do you highlight that within the team members, and how it impacts the life cycle of the project?
Because the thing is that when any requirement given to our client, like when they send any email us that yes, we have this
So you
requirement
get the requirements over email only?
all over email, and then we discuss our team that what are the things we need to do, and what are the things we can ask to them, and how we can go ahead on this, and if
Okay.
there is any issue, or if there is any question, because this is the procedure of our we can say interaction with client, or when you get any you can say the details
What
from
type
them.
of model you guys are following? Is
Model.
it a waterfall model, agile method, or any other model that you guys are following within your project?
Not understand that, because we are not following, because this is the model we are following in past also, that when
So that means you are saying that you have 8 members.
yeah.
8 members receive an email from the client directly, right?
No, not 8 members, only our the team lead, who is you can say that
Okay, the team lead is receiving the requirement over email, and how the judgment is done, or the complexity of the projects are determined before it is distributed, right?
yeah.
So is
Because
there any kind of planning work that happens?
yeah, planning work is happen because when they send any requirement like this, like PPT or something like that, how it will be, and to be processes there in PPT. So accordingly, the teammates and our senior managers and our AVPs are discussed with the team, that how we can do this, and who can do this work for this project, because they selected from 8 members, they like 3 or 4 members, me or including, or 2 or 3 members, they can help you in this process or something like that. Accordingly, they distribute the work. Okay, so because the thing is that when you develop any dashboard or something like that, because there is some blueprint, we need to make some blueprint on this, that because how a dashboard look like, so that they can approve, and then because it will take time, 2 or 3 weeks or maybe 1 month, they will take time, because to understand the dashboard and the other things, what we can convey to them, that these things we need to be developed in the dashboard, and so that they can understand the details. So in this time, they because in this our stakeholders also have 2 3 members who are doing different things. So accordingly, we can take call with them, so that we can understand that what they are doing in their process, so that we can gradually we can understand this. So like trading session, you can say. So understand the details and everything, whatever they want to convey us. And because these are the things are recorded session, so very easily we can understand that yes, we can, if anything is missed out or something like that, we can just check the videos and whatever we have discussed in the meeting. Accordingly, we can you can say write it down in our Excel so that we can next time we don't have any issue like that, or if there is any confusion in this discussion, in the next meeting we can discuss this and solve our issue.
Okay, and suppose in case if you're stuck in work, then how do you highlight it to the team lead by over an email?
Over an email or via meeting, team meeting, like that, so that what are the things we need to do, or if anything like that, because most of the time everything is every part is discussed. So if happens like that, anything stuck or any dashboard that we are making any dashboard or something like that, we have any you can say any coding language issue or something like that. So we have because our large team is there, so if there is an issue, some you can say if there is any Tableau prep issue, or if there is any Power Apps issue, we have some other member also who are expert on this. They give us some suggestion or something like that, or they work for us for give the details up to date, so that there is no issue in the smooth of running of the project.
Right. Okay. Okay. So how many years of experience do you have in Tableau?
Tableau is 3 to 4 years, minimum 4 years.
Okay, below 4 years of experience. Yeah. Fine. So can you let me know that what was the initial version of Tableau you had been using, and what is the recent version that you are using now?
Tableau, when we have started, it is you can say right now it is February version, whatever we're working with Tableau desktop. February version, which is 2022, just updated. So we have started, you can say 2017 when we started in working with.
So what was the version name of Tableau?
Version name, I don't know. I forget it. Just now it is updated, so I know that this February updation is there. So there is some
Tableau updates its versions every year.
Yeah,
new changes are incorporated.
Every
Not only every year, within the year also they go through a lot of updates.
Yeah.
So what is the version? What is the version number that you are working? 2022 point something, right? So
22.2.
0.2. Okay. What all major changes have you observed between your earlier version and your recent version? And what is the key feature that you use a lot nowadays that you were not using in your when you started your career as a Tableau developer, that has actually helped you to reduce, means helped you in many ways? Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So in this, because when I started working with Tableau, because I don't know the Tableau, because I trained, there was a team who are in Genpact, so they trained us like this, how it is working and how it is going on. So accordingly, I have started working with Tableau. So right now I have one thing, I have action filters, which is very much important things I have learned. So in this action filter, I see that some drill down or drill down features also there. So it is very much important, because most of the time, because in 2017, I think some action filter is there is some issue, or we are not using it. But when you using in after the version, some updates, it is very clearly you can understand that what are the things going on in the dashboard.
So what you are using in action filters?
Drill down means maximum time.
Drill down as in?
You can say that page by page, because second page, third page, fourth page, how can go to the page by page, so that it will use how can use this.
So page by page, you are meant to say worksheet by worksheet?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So can you let me know that what is the highest volume of data set you have used, and what type of databases you have used so far?
It's 1.2 million.
1.2 million records. Okay. And what was the database that you had connected to?
Database Snowflake, SAP HANA.
Snowflake and SAP HANA. Okay. So when you're connecting with huge data sources, there are a lot of problems that Tableau faces, right? like creating an extract also becomes a quite hectic challenge. So so what did you do to ensure that your performance is optimized, or did you used to go for live connect or extract connect? But even if you're going for extract connect, your Tableau might fail.
Yeah.
So what did you do at that time to get those issues resolved?
Uh, in Snowflake, because when you extract any report in Snowflake, because that in IT, in Craft and Heinz IT, they give us the details of how you can extract the details from SF of Snowflake, because there is lots of data in this there. So which you can say which item we need to pick up, so that it will create our dashboard, because what are the things they have you can say in upload and in Snowflake. So accordingly they give us the details in Snowflake team in Kraft and Heinz. So they give us the details. There's these details you need to pick up from this database, and then you can make the whatever union or joint,
How
whatever.
you created the extract? Sometimes extract fails. Have you observed that? That creating extract also takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
So,
because
more 2 to 3 hours gets wasted on that.
2 hours, yes, 1.5 hours is maximum time, because in this time there's you know that we are working with a working mode. So
So
it
is
will
there
take,
any turnaround that you have used to reduce this time slot?
uh, not yet, because they know that when they give us the data or something like that, they mention that it will take time when you extract the report. So please patient on this. So it will not get, because when you cancel this, it automatically your system will be total you can say collapse, because I have done something like that. So I saw that it is totally collapsed. All the application is we can say not working. So right now we are doing one thing, we can follow that. Our team also follow that when there is a time limit is there, that 1.5 hours. So we can just you can we don't see that after 1.5 hours you can check that yes, these things are already done. So after that we can start it well. So the thing is that yes, it is correct that it will take time when we extract any report like high value report or something like that.
Okay. Can you explain the difference between relationships and joins and how you have used that in any of your project?
Uh, Relationship we can do like to get relationship if you have any employee name or in true data, so we can have relationship with another data like employee you can say employee serial number or something like that. You can just a relationship on these data. Or union, you can say we can do data, we can just uh, union this like order ID or something like that. We can just union them to get the extraction cleared.
What happens in joins? Joins are also same, right?
So joins are also same, left join or right join same.
What is the difference then between relationships and joins if both are same?
Joins, I know that joins, when you create any joins like that, it will be automatically created by Tableau, like left join or right join, whatever it is required, it is automatically created. In union, there is an option like that which data you need to union, like 2 or 3 sheet like that. Just you need to pick up the details to other side, and it will be automatically uh, linked with the data. And like you have option like that, unit ID or something like that, product ID or something like that, it will be automatically integrated with the.
So whenever you are doing an union, for
Mm,
example, suppose
mm,
I have order ID
mm, mm,
and I have product ID.
mm,
Both will have similar data types, right?
mm.
If you do an union, both will both the IDs will be merged to each other or not?
No, I don't think so, because it will create another column on like this, order ID and product ID.
You can you explain the concept of union and why you are saying no, and why it will create another column?
Because in joins it will create append line or something like that, or because in union I think it is create another line in the uh, in row, so that it will check that yes, if there is some order ID or product ID. but you cannot join order ID and product ID in joins. It will append the line in their side, in.
Okay. So what we can means in joins, as you're saying that you cannot join product ID and order ID.
Mhm.
Why you can't do that?
Because it is not similar, because in similar words like that, if there is some serial number 1 2 3 4 or another part, another table we
What
have.
is that called? What is the
Huh?
technical terminology of that? Means it is not similar. What means what kind of similarities are you expecting? Both have the same data types, right?
Mhm.
Suppose order number 1 2 3 4. Product ID is also 1 2 3 4.
Mhm.
Then why you won't be able to join both of these? Both are similar, same data type.
Yeah, same data type. I need to check on this.
Okay, no issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Can you explain the flow of operations in Tableau or the flow of filters, operation of filters in Tableau?
Operation of filters.
Yeah,
Like
what is the flow? How does the flow goes in Tableau?
it is page level filters, whatever we have.
What is the first filter that comes into effect?
Means what are the filters that we are using in visualization?
No, there are lots of filters we use in
Yeah.
visualization, but
Yeah.
Tableau has some guidance of filters so that the performance is optimized. And we need to follow that guidance, otherwise our dashboard will not be optimized.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the clients will ask you to connect with huge data sets,
Mhm.
and they will give us a refresh time of 5 or 10 seconds for the
Mhm.
dashboard to be prepared. At that time, if we do not follow the guidance, then we won't be able to achieve this requirement. So there is a flow of filter, that means the flow of operations. In fact, you can also say in that way in Tableau. Like first comes the extract filter, for example. Do you know what are the other filters that we have?
Extract filter, action filters. These are the filters.
No. Okay, we can discuss it later.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you used context filters in any of your project?
Yes, we have used.
What is the difference between context filter and normal filter?
Context, because in context filter, it is you can say that filter wise the data. Uh, uh, we are using it also. Constant filter.
Yeah, but you might be using it, but how you are using it? What is the concept behind it? I want to know.
Yes.
Okay, not a problem.
I need to work on this. Yeah. Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
So I guess you have used parameters as well in any of your project.
Yeah. Parameter also used. Yeah.
I'll not ask you what is a parameter. Can you tell me what is the limitation of parameter?
Limitations in parameters.
Mhm.
Because a parameter we're using for any filter related UX like that, because if there is any filtration in the project or something like that, like if there is any order month or something like that, we just checked it out, or we need to make a parameter so that it will be like order month or something like that, which is not in the details. We just need to create the parameters so that when you drag it out to rows or something like that, it will automatically show the quarter or something like that. So that.
So why since you are saying that parameters are also used for filtration,
Mhm.
what is the why parameter has been incorporated then? Filter had already been doing this job of filtration, right? What is the difference of parameters and filters then?
Parameters. Parameters, we can say that it will create the dashboard, because the thing is that filter have their own work, but parameters have their own. You can say in it is required for creation the parameters, so that we can understand anything like that, which is in product ID or something like that. So that in product like technology or or something like that. We need to create parameters on this, that how much technology is sailed up in this date or something like that, so that we can create some parameters on this, so that we can understand the detail of the because in technology there is some sales up and go and down, because every month there's no same like that. So accordingly we create some parameters on this, so that you can understand that yes, in technology or in furniture or something like that, it will gradually it is up or gradually it is down, something like that, like line chart we can create something like that.
Yeah, the thing that you're talking is in the visualization level, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. Anyways, we can move on to the next
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Coming to LODs, how confident are you in creating LODs, and how have you used that? Can you let me know how have you used it in any of your projects with an example?
LODs, because when you structure any data or something like that, we need to have LODs in the place, so that like every project have their own vision or a own structure of we can say details. So accordingly we need to make the LOD.
What are LODs?
uh, LOD
What are LODs?
LODs is three types of LODs, I think.
What are the different types of LODs that we have in Tableau? Okay, not a problem. We can move on to the next question. Uh, right. Do you know what is the difference between blended axis and dual axis?
Blended axis and dual axis. Yes, I know dual axis, because we do the dual axis part in our dashboard. Because like dual axis means if there is any data which is mm, similar data, like that it is you can say in pie chart. We use it mostly in pie chart to dual axis part. So
Pie
that
chart?
yes, dual axis we use this in dual axis part in bar chart also. Bar chart also, like estimated data, whatever they estimated for last 3-4 months, which is like January, February, December, or something like that, or some, after the month like June, July, August, which is something like that. So we can use some dual axis on this to check the estimated also.
Okay, means, but how will you use dual axis in pie chart?
Uh, Dual axis in pie chart, because there is two data set is there in same details. Just you
Is
need
it
to
pie or donut that you're talking about?
donut, donut,
Right.
sorry, donut. Yes,
In donut
yes,
that we can use
yes,
dual
yes,
axis
dual axis. Yes,
because
yes, yes.
there are two pie charts that gets involved,
Yeah,
and with the help of dual axis, you
dual
merge
axis
the
we can yes,
two pie charts
pie
together.
chart. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so my final question will be the performance optimizations of dashboards. Okay, what are the top three things that you follow as as a member of a data analytics team or a data engineer? What are the three practices that you follow to ensure that we have optimized performance of our reports or of our dashboards in Tableau?
Maximum time we follow that there is less number of filters in the dashboard, or something like whatever we are creation it is, so that there is no because the thing is that when you share any data in their Tableau server, so there is less filters, so that because the thing is that when you provide any dashboard or something like that, we need to collect the things whatever it is important to uh, give to them, whatever we need to, because we have 3, 4, or 5 items like that, so that we can they can understand the dashboard or something like that. We cannot use maximum filters. Yes, we use some filters also, but when you because after the creation of dashboard or something like that, we check all the things that what we need to check it upon, so that there is no performance issue when they open it in their part. Because yes, most of the time they escalated the issue also, that there is some performance issue, why it is so much slow in their system. So accordingly, we also taking care of this, because every time we have some issue like that, there's some performance issue, there's filters, are lots of filters in the dashboard or something like that. So we need to, you can say that, very cautious about all the things, that we have some maximum filters, so that there is no issue in performance related issue.
Only filters, right?
Yeah,
Any
only
other thing besides filters?
or because maximum time we are using in filters, there is some issues like,
Means you mean to say that it is only the filters
not
that
only,
basically
yes,
reduces the
not only the
performance?
filters, not only the filters, other things also there, but I am not aware of that, because
Okay.
maximum time they have issues like, because there is some, we don't have any, you can say that, the issue come up like that, there is some performance issue. Last two years we don't have any performance issue, because we don't have any, uh, because last 2 years we have only 1 million data, because this COVID and other things, their sales is down. So that's why there are some, you can say the database is also very, you can say last 2-3 months, there is a huge data. It is 1.5 million is going on, because their sales is going up and other things. So right now, in last 2 years, we don't have any performance issue. Maybe in this
No,
year.
but as a Tableau developer,
Yeah.
there are some design guidelines, there are some performance optimization guidelines that we need to follow as a Tableau developer, right? So it's
Yeah.
not like that whenever the issue will come, I will make changes in my dashboard accordingly. Is that you will have to design the skeleton in such a way that means even if there is a huge volume of data set that is happening, even if I don't work for this organization, then also the performance will always be optimized and it will be the dashboards will be working properly. So yeah, there are a few things that we need to keep in mind besides filter. Filter is, I would say, the last thing that we will check. But before that, there are many other options as well that are required to be investigated. Have you ever done performance recording of Tableau dashboards or reports? No, right?
No.
Yeah, there is an option called as performance recording as well, with the help of which we can actually analyze that what is the SQL that gets generated behind all the logics that we are including. You're aware, right? Whatever logic that we create in Tableau, Tableau creates a SQL of that and then incorporates that behind the skeleton. So coming to SQL, how confident are you in writing queries and all? Have you written queries?
SQL we are not using in our process.
You're not using in your process.
Not, yes, because I know SQL, but the thing is that I am in basic level, because when you are not using it, you can forget it. Because
Right, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But in Tableau also, sometimes we need to write custom queries, right? Suppose you are getting clean data from the data modeling team. Okay. Now what happens whenever you are getting a clean data from the data modeling team, then there are some tables that you need to connect to where there is huge number of records or huge number of fields. So at that time, you need to write some custom queries so that you can only target those fields that you want to take in your Tableau database repository that you are creating. So haven't you written any kind of custom queries means in your previous projects or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet, right? Okay.
Not yet.
Fine. So Debashish, I'm done with the round. Okay. We'll have a detailed discussion as well regarding your performance. Do you have any questions before we end today's interview?
No, it's okay. Deep.
It's
Nice.
fine. Okay. Thank you very much.
Whatever is any feedback you can give, and then
Absolutely, absolutely.
work on
I have loads of feedback for you.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
So I'll discuss in details now.
Yeah.
First of all, Devashish, to be honest with you,
Hmm.
if I had been the interviewer and if you have given this interview with me, it's a straight away rejection. I'll say you don't know Tableau at all. That is your knowledge level at the moment. I'll be very straightforward and bluntly honest so that we can work on these areas.
Yeah.
Because these mistakes which you have done today, you might have done similar mistakes in other organizations. And that is the main reason of rejection. So the thing is that we need to work on many things, starting from your introduction till your knowledge of Tableau and the way you are answering to the questions. Also, we need to work on those areas.
Okay.
Okay, you do not have to write any points because the session is getting recorded. I'll send you the recording so you can make your notes later. Okay, you can listen to me at the moment so that everything is fresh in your head. Uh, the way I give my feedback is I play the recording and then I do pause and I'll say that these areas, see how you have answered and everything. Do you want feedback in that manner, or do you want me to give the feedback at the moment? Because Zoom will take around about 10 to 20 minutes for it to get means to generate the recording. If you want, I can do in both ways.
No problem. You can give your feedback, whatever.
Okay. So first of all, is coming to your introduction. Okay. First of all, the greeting. I'll start with the greeting. So I asked you, how are you doing today? You told, I'm doing good. And then you did not ask that how you are doing today. You asked initially when we just connected, but when we switched over to the interview mode, you failed to ask that question. So these are some of the areas where we can create a little bit of rapport with the interviewer. Okay. So you need to ensure that whenever someone greets you, you greet them back. Okay. And then coming to introduction, let's talk about your introduction on something. So the first line that I ask my students or my candidates or whoever I give guidance is to be thankful to the interviewer to shortlist your profile. Okay, so the first statement should be, thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. Because out of hundreds of resumes, your resume might have been shortlisted. So it's a great achievement, right? So you need to, means it will be good because एक साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर भी होता है कि बंदा अरे ये भी बोला इस बंदे ने, सो दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. तो उससे क्या होता है, एक फील गुड फैक्टर आता है इंटरव्यू के लिए भी. जैसे मुझे कोई बोलता है तो मैं मन ही मन खुश हो जाता हूँ, चलो इस बंदे को उतना एटिकेट है कि आई हैव शॉर्टलिस्टेड द प्रोफाइल, दैट पर्सन is giving some kind of, it's feeling a little bit of gratitude. So yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Debashish, then this I completed my graduation or whatever you have done, and then your whatever you have said. Okay, I'll talk about that as well, whatever you have said. Once I have the recording, I'll let you know that these are the areas which you need to omit, these are the areas you need to highlight. Your introduction had been quite long. Okay, so why long introduction can be an impact? Because it becomes monotonous. Okay, and what I have observed, Debashish, that you give very generalized answers. That means up English language ko, it's a very good thing that you have a good command on English language, your communication is really very good, but what is happening, you are not answering technicalities, you're missing out the technicalities, right? The technical words or terminologies that are required to be incorporated in your answers. You are giving, अच्छा ये हो रहा है इसके वजह से वो हो रहा है इसके वजह से ये होता है, ऐसे requirements आते हैं. So you are giving very generalized answers, which what happens in the during the time of interview, that these general answers won't be taken as answers by any of the interviewers. They will say that you have not worked and you're just playing with your words. Okay, so this is one of the factors might be that it's raising question in the mind of the interviewer. If I am not going to select you after today's interview, then definitely no one will select you. Okay, and I tend to select most of my candidates because I do not scrutinize my candidates in that manner. But today I have to tell you that you will be rejected by me as well, because there are many mistakes that have happened. Okay, so you are mentioning you have less than 4 years of experience. Okay, first of all, I'll say that since you are a developer, you need to know about your experience. What is your exact experience? There is something called as overall experience and exact experience that as interviewers we also need to feed in our forms. Okay, so never give vague answers like I have less than 4 years of experience, I have more than 3 years of experience, I have 3.7 years of experience in the as a Tableau developer, or I have 3.8 years, 3.5 years, whatever experience that you have. Okay, don't give any vague answers, because if you're giving vague answers, that means you're not very confident. You don't know. First of all, you mentioned 3 or 4 years. So it's not KBC, right? There is no option over here. So the interviewer needs to be very sure with the candidature that he is going to select. So that was also a point. So now coming to what are the versions of Tableau that you have used? I don't remember. That's a very wrong answer, right? You're a Tableau developer. I right now remember that when I started as a .NET developer in 2013, what was the version that I used? Because these are some key moments that you need to keep in your mind that you started your career. Why this question comes, because most of the candidates fail in this question.
Okay.
Because candidates check some of the YouTube videos, they think that I have learned Tableau and let's go and crack interview, and they fail. When they ask about version questions, gone. Then only the interviewer comes to know that you have not worked, boss. For me, even if you have worked for 4 years, but I will have the notion in my mind that you have not worked, because you can't say the versions, you can't say the difference of versions. There are so many changes that Tableau has incorporated in the reports. If you're not, you are using what? Action filters. Why? The first thing that should come in mind is relationships. I think you have not explored relationship. You need to explore relationship a lot, because that is one of the vital features. And in 2022 version, if you're using and if you're not using relationship, then boss kya kar rahe ho? Then also you're going for joins. Kyun? Relationship has been introduced so that join khatam ho jaye. Yeah, join reduce ho jaye. And it's a very wonderful feature that has been incorporated by Tableau. So you have to talk about that. I'll not get into the details or explain you क्या होता है नहीं होता है, because you need to explore this and learn by yourself. कि क्या होता है बॉस इसमें, क्या चीज है ये. Flow of filters you could not explain. Very, very sad to hear that you could not explain flow of filters if you are saying 4 years of experience. Tableau has given a guideline of all the things that they incorporate. क्या होना चाहिए, string कब यूज करना चाहिए, boolean कब यूज करना चाहिए, flow of filter कैसे होना चाहिए. It's a extract filter, data source filter, context filter, then comes your LOD, which is fixed LOD, then comes your dimension measures filters, then comes your include and exclude LODs before the quick level filters. So this is the flow. You need to know these things, otherwise you won't be considered as a Tableau developer. And generalized answers, see what is happening, you are playing with your words and going for generalized answers. You are thinking that I am giving the right answer, but actually not. Those answers are not bought by the industry. Flow of project. I asked you a lot of questions of flow of project. Why? Because the flow that you are giving, it might be getting used in your domain or in your company at the moment, but in most of the IT companies, it is not the flow. You definitely get requirements over email, but you won't get the requirement in this manner. There might be there is a flow called as agile, there is a flow called as waterfall, and most of the companies are right now using agile. So you need to understand agile, you need to understand what is sprint, how the planning is done, sprint plannings, then comes your scrum calls, what are blockers, what are retrospectives. I'll explain you these things if you want to know in details. I can give you a complete overview of all the things, and it's very easy, it's not very tough. Okay, it's very easy. अलग-अलग मीटिंग को अलग-अलग नाम दे दिया है, but you will have to use these terminologies.
Yes, yes.
सिर्फ मीटिंग से ही है सब, but terminology लेके मीटिंग बना के रखा है.
Technical words.
Right. So these flow of filter, flow of project में you can play with your words, but not in technical things. Technical things, if you are playing with your words, you are not selected.
नहीं, सही बात है.
Which has happened.
मुझे समझ में आ गया अभी, क्योंकि जो भी चीज मैं जनरलाइज कर रहा हूँ उसके साथ में टेक्निकल वर्ड्स को नहीं लगा रहा.
नहीं लगा रहे हो, एक भी टेक्निकल वर्ड नहीं, आप ऐसे ही बोले जा रहे हो. मतलब
वही है.
एंड कुछ आंसर्स तो बहुत ही शॉकिंग था. फॉर एग्जांपल परफॉर्मेंस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, जो अभी मेरे को दिमाग में आ रहा है,
वो मैंने पढ़ा था, वो मैं क्लिक नहीं किया उस टाइम पे. मैंने बहुत पढ़ा है उसमें, और एक परफॉर्मेंस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन मुझे पूछा था, ये शायद डेलोइट के किसी लास्ट ईयर मुझे पूछा था किसी ने, हाउ यू, सेम क्वेश्चन, परफॉर्मेंस यूजिंग होता क्या है, क्या करते हैं उसमें, हम लोग क्या क्या उसमें शॉर्टलिस्ट करते हैं जिससे कि परफॉर्मेंस मतलब अच्छा हो और उसको और बेटर वे से कर पाए. तो वो चीज़ मैंने सीखने की कोशिश की बहुत बार, लेकिन वो ये है कि आप 2 दिन नहीं पढ़ोगे तो आई डोंट नो कि दिमाग से क्यों.
हाँ, और वो थियोरेटिकल आंसर दोगे ना तो भी आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा. आप अगर बोलोगे हाँ आई विल यूज booleans instead of strings, I'll go for extract connection instead of live connection, वो आंसर्स दोगे ना तो भी आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा, बिकॉज दीज आर गाइडलाइंस गिवन बाय टैब्लो. बट सिर्फ वो आंसर देने से भी नहीं होगा. आपको आपका एक यूनिक टच देना पड़ेगा आंसर्स में, बिकॉज यू आर अ डेवलपर, यू आर वर्किंग ऑन द रियल डेटा
Environment.
सेट्स।
Hmm.
वहां पे बहुत सारे अलग चीजेस भी होते हैं। देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ अलायंस। अलायंस भी अगर आप इफ यू गो फॉर अलायंस, आपका परफॉर्मेंस ज्यादा ऑप्टिमाइज रहेगा, rather than going for a different way, means rather than creating calculated fields।
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
समझ गए? इफ कंडीशन ना यूज करके आप अगर उसको अलायंस के थ्रू कर सकते हो तो इट विल बी बेटर। सॉरी, नॉट इफ कंडीशन, केस केस कंडीशन। मैंने बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस पूछे नहीं, दीज आर वेरी वेरी बेसिक क्वेश्चंस मैंने पूछा है। एंड व्हाई आई एंडेड माय इंटरव्यू अर्ली, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द आंसर्स, इट्स वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम। You need to know the tool at first nicely, then only you will be able to give the answer, otherwise I'll ask questions and most of the answers you won't be able to give, problem आ जाएगा उसमें। ठीक है? So right, so you need take at least 5 days time। 5 day भी बहुत होता है, but take 5 days time, learn Tableau from any of the social media platforms that you want to learn, but learn it in depth, proper notes बना के पढ़ो, because this is not the knowledge that Debashish would like to show during the time of interview, and this is not the knowledge that interviewers are going to check during the time of interview. If I am asking you that have you used SQL? How good are you in SQL? Tableau developers need to know SQL, or any BI developers. You need to know SQL, and if you say that I have forgotten last 2 years से मैं कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा था, तो क्यों लूं मैं तुम्हें फिर? यू आर तुम चाहते हो कि मैं तुम्हें 15-16 लाख रुपए का पैकेज दूं, एंड यू आर सेइंग दैट मैं 2 साल से तो यूज ही नहीं कर रहा था। तो इट्स बेटर मैं किसी फ्रेशर को ले लूं जो कि मेरा काम करके देगा, 6 लाख में भी हो जाएगा, या मैं 20 लाख किसी को दे दूं, 16 लाख तुम्हें ना देके 20 लाख किसी को दे दूं जो जिसको आता है ये सब चीज। तो यू नीड टू हाईलाइट दैट आई एम डूइंग इट। Performance optimization, you are saying that since last 2 years there is no optimization errors. There is something called as concept of empty extract. I told you, right, कि extract भी fail हो जाता है। There is something called as zero extract, also known as empty extract. You need to talk about that, how you have used that. आप जो भी knowledge आप gain करोगे अभी अगले 5 दिन में, try to incorporate that with examples in your project। शायद आपने किया भी नहीं है कभी वो, बट आपको वो बताना है ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ इंटरव्यू कि मैंने किया है बॉस, ये सब चीज ऐसे ऐसे करके होता है, विथ लॉट ऑफ कन्विक्शन, यूजिंग टेक्निकलिटी टर्मिनोलॉजीज एंड एवरीथिंग। तभी तो कन्विक्शन आएगा इंटरव्यूअर को, इट शुड बी रिफ्लेक्टेड इन योर वॉइस। एक ये होता है, अगर आंसर नहीं भी आता है, कॉन्फिडेंटली गलत आंसर दो, तो भी कभी कभी क्या हो जाता है, इंटरव्यू सोचता है यार कॉन्फिडेंट है बंदा, चाहे कुछ भी हो बंदा कॉन्फिडेंट है, इससे काम हो जाएगा। बिकॉज इंटरव्यू में जो क्वेश्चंस पूछा जाता है, it might be like you will be working for NASA, but actually the projects are not that complicated, but they will scrutinize you during the time of interview, right? Interviewers come during the time of interview to screw you, but you need to be very smart. It's your choice. Over there are two ways the interview can be driven. It can be either driven by you, or it can be driven by the interviewer. How it will be driven by you? But the right choice of words, right choice of technical terminologies, which you know. If you check today's interview, you will see that my counter questions are always based on the answers that you are giving. There are no set of questions that you just memorize and go, and वही question आएगा। Is how you are saying the answers. आपने performance बोला तो मैंने performance के ऊपर question किया, आपने parameters use किया, मैंने parameters के ऊपर question किया। Parameters and filters का difference ही नहीं पता आपको, लिमिटेशन और पैरामीटर नहीं पता आपको, तो काय का फिर टैबलो डेवलपर हो गए, 4 साल कहाँ से आ गया अगर ये सब चीजें नहीं पता तो एक ऑनेस्ट ओपिनियन दे दो। तो ये सब चीजें, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको टैबलो नॉलेज बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग करना पड़ेगा, तो वो चीज पे आप काम करो बिफोर वी मीट फॉर द नेक्स्ट इंटरव्यू। ओके, नेक्स्ट इंटरव्यू में ऐसा होना चाहिए कि आपका टैबलो नॉलेज अच्छा हो गया। आई विल नॉट से सुपर, बट आज जो मिस्टेक्स हुआ है वो सब मिस्टेक्स डेफिनेटली नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज वो सब हो गया तो डेफिनेट रिजेक्शन। एंड मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ अभी बाकी इंटरव्यूज में क्या हो रहा है। आपको लग रहा है मैंने इतने इंटरव्यूज दे दिए, क्रैक ही नहीं हुआ, बट इंटरव्यू में क्या हुआ आप वो एनालाइज नहीं कर रहे हो, बिकॉज आपको लग रहा है यू हैव प्लेड विथ योर वर्ड्स, हो गया होगा। बट मैं समझ गया कि इंटरव्यूअर यही सोच गया है तुम्हें नहीं आता, और यही हो रहा है। लास्ट आपने जितना भी 15-20 इंटरव्यूज दिया है वो क्रैक अगर नहीं हुआ है, तो दिस इज द ओनली रीजन। एंड जो रूट कॉज मुझे लग रहा था 1 और 2 इंटरव्यू लगेगा, वो स्टार्टिंग के 10 मिनट में मैं समझ गया कि क्या हो रहा है। तो इसलिए मैं बोलूंगा कि टैबलो नॉलेज पहले सही कीजिए, एंड देन उसके बाद वी विल गो इनटू द टेक्निकलिटीज ऑफ द क्वेश्चन। इट माइट टेक अ सेशन ऑफ 4 और 5 सेशंस, जो कि 2 और 3 सेशन में हो जाना चाहिए। आपके केस में इट विल गो टू 4 और 5 सेशंस, बट जो प्रिपरेशन होगा ना वो सॉलिड होगा। उसके बाद और कोई भी ऐसा इंटरव्यू नहीं होगा जो आपका क्रैक नहीं होगा। समझ गए? तो इसीलिए नेक्स्ट 2 वीक्स एटलीस्ट डू नॉट शेड्यूल एनी इंटरव्यू, टेक अ ब्रेक ऑफ इंटरव्यूज। जैसा चल रहा है चलने दो। लेट्स टेक अ टाइम फ्रेम ऑफ 1 मंथ, अच्छे से प्रॉपर सॉलिड प्रिपरेशन करके, प्रॉपर पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट करके। कोई लूप होल नहीं रखते, राइट? राइट नाउ यू हैव लॉट ऑफ लूप होल्स, मतलब बहुत जगह है जहां पे आप खुद ही गिर रहे हो। आप
तो
अपना गड्ढा खोद रहे हो एंड जाके उधर गिर रहे हो आप कैंसर्स के थ्रू। तो वो चीज हमें कंप्लीटली एलिमिनेट करना है। इट विल टेक टाइम, बट वी विल डू दैट, एंड इट्स वेरी इजी। हाँ, कोई आपके आप में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कुछ भी इश्यूज नहीं है। आपका सिर्फ एक जो रोड मैप है वो क्लियर नहीं है, और वो रोड मैप अभी मैं आपका क्लियर करके दूंगा, एंड आपको देखना एक बहुत सही पैकेज में एक सही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जॉब मिलेगा। बट गिव मी सम टाइम एंड गिव योर सेल्फ द टाइम, क्योंकि आपको बहुत सारा हार्डवर्क करना है। नेक्स्ट 1 मंथ आप सोच लो कि नेक्स्ट 1 मंथ आपके आपके लाइफ का सबसे क्रूशियल 1 मंथ। उसमें आपको बहुत हार्डवर्क करना है, एंड जो जो मैं बताऊंगा प्लीज फॉलो दैट। ब्लाइंडली भी फॉलो करोगे ना तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट आप रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड फॉलो करना चाहते हो वो भी कर सकते हो, कि रीप ने जो बताया मैं करना चाहिए क्या, आप रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड भी कर सकते हो। बट अगर ब्लाइंडली भी करोगे देन ऑल्सो आपको वो डेस्टिनेशन मिलेगा।
मेरे मेरे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है दीप। मुझे बस यही करना
ऑप्शन
है, नो ऑप्शन इज
ऑप्शन की कुछ बात है, आपके पास बहुत ऑप्शन है।
वही।
आपने क्या हो गया पता है, आपने बहुत इंटरव्यूज फेस किया, इतना आप डिमोटिवेटेड हो गए हो हर एक इंटरव्यू से कि हो नहीं रहा है, हो नहीं रहा है, कि आप वो एक फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड में हो ही नहीं कि क्यों नहीं हो रहा है। आपको लग रहा है क्यों नहीं हो रहा है यार, मैं तो दे रहा हूँ, बट आप ये एनालाइज नहीं कर रहे हो कि क्या मेरे वजह से तो नहीं हो रहा है, क्या मेरे में कहीं पे तो कमी नहीं है। आप में कमी है अभी इनिशियली, बट ये कमी ज्यादा टाइम लॉन्ग टाइम नहीं है, किंतु ये कमी सिर्फ इसीलिए है बिकॉज आपको कोई गाइड करने वाला था ही नहीं। right now I would be able to guide you, I will be able to show you the path। देखो मैं आपको पाथ दिखा सकता हूँ, फॉलो आपको ही करना है। आप अल्टीमेटली आप इंटरव्यू क्रैक करके आओगे तो आपको ही फॉलो करना पड़ेगा। एंड सिर्फ मैं जो जो बता रहा हूँ, जैसे आपसे बात हुआ विथ फुल ऑनेस्टी, मैं आपको बोल दूंगा ऐसे 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 करते रहो, कोई इश्यूज नहीं है, फॉलो करो, आपको आपका नतीजा मिल जाएगा। एंड दैट माइट बी देयर इज सम रीजन बिकॉज ऑफ विच वी आर कनेक्टेड टुडे। आपने कहाँ से मेरे को कांटेक्ट कर लिया, देयर माइट बी सम रीजन बिहाइंड इट। लेट्स मेक दैट रीजन मीनिंगफुल। ओके, हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ेगा। आप ये मान के चलो एवरी डे 2 to 3 आवर्स आप निकालोगे निकालोगे, चाहे आपको 3 घंटा कम सोना पड़े, आई एम एब्सोल्युटली फाइन विद दैट, बट आपको 3 घंटा टाइम निकाल के स्टडी करना पड़ेगा, एंड सॉलिड स्टडी विद प्रॉपर नोट्स। जैसे कॉलेज टाइम में, लेट्स गो बैक टू आवर कॉलेज लाइफ, सेमेस्टर से पहले जो पढ़ाई करते थे, लेट्स ब्रिंग दैट देवाशीष बैक। नोट्स बना बना के पढ़ो। फैमिली लाइफ रहेगा, फैमिली के टाइम भी साथ भी टाइम स्पेंड करना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। वो सब कुछ रहेगा, बट दिस इज द टाइम दैट यू विल हैव टू फाइंड फॉर योरसेल्फ। फिगर आउट दैट टाइम, यू विल बी एबल टू डू गुड।
नहीं सही
ओके,
बात है। नहीं वो
सोचो।
जितना नहीं, जैसे ऑनेस्ट फीडबैक जो भी मिला मुझे दीप, मैं इसलिए चाहता था मैं कम से कम मेरी जो कमियां हैं वो मैं कम से कम दूर कर सकूं। तो जो कमियां मैं देख नहीं सकता वो कोई और देख सकता है,
करेक्ट,
कोई और देख
आपको
सकता
मैं
है।
इंटरव्यू भेज दूंगा, ये रिकॉर्डिंग आपको भी दिख जाएगा। बिकॉज अभी क्या है, मॉक इंटरव्यूज हम लोग कभी फेस नहीं करते, क्यों पैसा वेस्ट करना है यार, डायरेक्ट इंटरव्यू में जाते हैं। मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चन, मैक्सिमम थॉट प्रोसेस ऐसे ही होता है लोगों का।
जितने सारे, मैं एक बात कहूंगा शायद तुम्हें बुरा ना लगे, मैं जितने
हाँ।
सारे इंस्टीट्यूट आज के दिन में खुले हैं, चाहे डेटा
हम्म।
एनालिटिक्स के जितने सारे इंस्टीट्यूट, चाहे यूट्यूब का हो, जितने भी हैं,
हम्म।
एवरीवन सिर्फ पैसे बनाने के लिए है। बंदे को
एब्सोल्युटली एब्सोल्युटली।
सही से सिखा नहीं सकते कुछ भी, चाहे कुछ भी हो। 60,000 ले रहे हैं, कोई 1 लाख रुपए ले रहा है, लोग दे भी रहे हैं पैसे, नो डाउट। लेकिन कोई
करेक्ट।
इंटरव्यू जो सबसे जरूरी चीज कि आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए प्रिपरेशन करना, JIT, UPSC सब IPS सब ऐसे नहीं बन जाते, उनको मॉक
Correct.
इंटरव्यू दिया जाता है कि आप
Correct,
ऐसे करो,
correct.
आप ऐसा बनो। तो
Absolutely.
मैंने देखा है कि ये चीज मार्केट में बिल्कुल मिसिंग है, एंड आई होप
है ही नहीं, जीरो है। मैं
कोई नहीं,
बोल
कुछ
रहा
नहीं
हूँ
है।
ना, जीरो है।
मैं आज 2-3 साल से मैं यही चीज देख रहा हूँ, जब से पेंडेमिक हुआ है 2019 तब से मैं देख रहा हूँ, जब से मैंने ये स्टार्ट किया, मैंने आज धीरे धीरे मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ एक एक करके। तो मैंने देखा है कि कोई भी इंटरव्यू तो नहीं ले रहा है, सब पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, कोई
सब
पावर BI
पढ़ाई कर
करवा
रहे
रहा
हैं,
है।
तो उससे
ये
कुछ भी नहीं होता है, उसमें कुछ भी नहीं होता
तो
है।
मैं ऐसे ही मेरे टाइम में भी हुआ है कि मैंने सिर्फ पढ़ाई किया, मैंने कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि मुझे इंटरव्यू, मैंने अच्छा मैंने ये सीख लिया तो मैं इंटरव्यू जाके सब फाड़ के
सब
आ
बोल
जाऊंगा।
दूंगा,
इट इज
हाँ।
नॉट पॉसिबल,
हाँ,
इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल।
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट। इसीलिए मैंने ये प्लेटफॉर्म खोला है ताकि लोग कनेक्ट कर पाए, इंटरव्यू दे। बिकॉज लोगों को लगता है अरे यार इंटरव्यू के लिए क्यों पैसा वेस्ट करना। अरे ये पैसा वेस्ट नहीं, इससे जो नॉलेज मिलेगा ना वो अलग लेवल का ही एक मिरर है ये इंटरव्यू। तो आपको जैसे आज पता लगा, राइट? सो वाज दिस सेशन हेल्पफुल जो मैं आपको फोन पे बोल रहा था?
यस ऑफ कोर्स, क्योंकि वही चाहिए, तो मुझे इतने दिनों से मैं इसके लिए ढूंढ रहा हूँ। शायद वो कि पता नहीं, वो शायद जो कनेक्ट हुआ है शायद भगवान ने करवाया हो, पता नहीं। लेकिन वही है ना कि
लेट्स सी।
क्योंकि वो चीज मुझे मिल नहीं रहा था, मैं किसी से बता तो सकूं कि मुझे प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है।
करेक्ट करेक्ट
किसी को घर के लोगों को तो मैं बता नहीं सकता कि मुझे प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है, क्यों
करेक्ट
मेरा
करेक्ट।
क्रैक नहीं हो रहा। और इतने अच्छे अच्छे कंपनियां जो 15-16 लाख देने में कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है इनको,
हाँ, करेक्ट
लेकिन अच्छा कैंडिडेट तो मिले उनको।
करेक्ट।
वो तो है।
So anyways, thank you once again for joining in, and I'll send you the recording after the class, and let's see. Okay, but
ओके,
start learning Tableau. Okay,
यस यस आई स्टार्ट।
next 5 days.
चिंता मत करो, मैं जरूर करूंगा ऐसा। और जो भी मेरे लिए गलती होगी प्लीज ऑनेस्टली सामने बता
हाँ
देना।
हाँ, मैं हूँ, देखो छोटे भाई बड़े भाई जो भी मान लो, छोटे भाई हूँ डेफिनेटली, छोटे भाई की तरह। बट आपको एक प्रॉपर गाइड करके दूंगा, आपको मैं उस लेवल पे लेके जाऊंगा। ये मेरे लिए एक चैलेंज है, अगर मैं कर पाया तो मैं बहुत ही खुश होऊंगा उसके लिए। तो ऐसा
क्योंकि
कुछ
क्योंकि
प्रॉब्लम।
वो चीज, क्योंकि मैं इतने दिनों से मैं बहुत मतलब क्या होता है कि डिप्रेस्ड डिस्ट्रेस्ड हो गया हूँ पूरा, मतलब
राइट।
सिस्टम से ही।
नहीं नहीं,
क्योंकि
वो
वो
नेगेटिविटीज हटा दो,
नेगेटिव में
जो हुआ।
वो जो हुआ तो हुआ, लेकिन वही है कि मैं आपसे जो भी 1 महीना मेरे पास टाइम है, मैंने सोचा है कि अगस्त तक मैं अपने आप को इतना तैयार कर लूंगा जिससे कि सो दैट कि मुझे कभी ये थोड़ा, क्योंकि मैं इंटरव्यू जाने में डर रहा हूँ। मैं
करेक्ट।
इंटरव्यू एक इंटरव्यू में छोड़ दिया मैंने, वो देते हैं ना एक्सेल में पार्ट, वो
हाँ
मैं कर
हाँ।
नहीं पा रहा हूँ, मेरा पता नहीं क्या हो गया, मैंने वो छोड़ दिया, मैंने उसी टाइम पे मैंने छोड़ दिया, फोन आया मैंने पकड़ा भी नहीं। मतलब ऐसा हो गया था
करेक्ट
मेरे साथ, मैं कुछ देख रहा था मेरे साथ हो रहा है जो इमोशनली मैं क्यों ऐसा हो रहा
करेक्ट।
है। इंटरव्यू में तो लोग जाते हैं, मैंने देखा है मेरे दोस्त लोग इंटरव्यू जाते हैं वो पास करके आ जाते हैं बिकॉज दे आर कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट दिस, बट आई
हम्म।
एम नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट दिस, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम नॉट सिलेक्टेड फॉर लास्ट इन दिस मंथ।
राइट, नो प्रॉब्लम, जो पास्ट इज गॉन। अभी इंटरव्यू का प्रिपरेशन प्रॉपरली करते, जो गाइडेंस मैं दूंगा, ट्राई टू फॉलो दैट। एंड आपको अगर हेल्प कर पाए तो मेरा भी बहुत अच्छा ही लगेगा वो चीज।
थैंक यू।
चलो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं
चलो,
है। नेगेटिविटीज हटा दो माइंड से, एंड लेट्स मूव फॉर समथिंग पॉजिटिव। ओके,
यस
थिंक दिस
यस
फर्स्ट सेशन हैड बीन द मोस्ट पॉजिटिव सेशन,
यस यस,
एंड लेट्स बिगिन विद दैट। ओके,
ठीक है।
थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग।
थैंक यू देव। चलो।